I have lost interest in so much games over the years. I wish I could pull up the tweet that I read when I was doom scrolling Twitter last night. It was basically someone saying that like Expedition 33 is so special that we don't get games like that special anymore. Like, I just disagree so much. One, I think I take steps to put myself in the position to not get influenced by that stuff a lot. Like this year, I've taken a step back from social media, like as a whole. I think I've tweeted probably like under 20 times on Twitter total this year. I just don't constantly see the negativity, right? It doesn't really influence me as much as it would in the past. Like the way they feel about Expedition 33, that particular person, I feel about the same about a bunch of games, really. To me, there's been so many good games that have come out that I have been thoroughly satisfied for a while. I got like no complaints, and it ain't like I'm lacking of stuff to play. So if I do get tired of something, I just go on to something else. And it, to me, it's been like that for like, I mean, as long as I've been broadcasting, which has been 10 years. Even Monster Hunter Wilds, which me and MB play and Fox play on stream, right? People will be so hard pressed to say that Monster Hunter sucks. This Monster Hunter's garbage. It plays bad. It performs bad. And at some points in time, sure, it may have felt that way in some regards. But I'm over here like closing in on 1,000 hours in that game. Like, I'm over here planning out builds for the future update that comes out tomorrow, trying to get RNG for items and stuff like that. Like, some people are saying like you got nothing to do. I'm over there grinding, trying to get the perfect talisman because I find the game enjoyable. Yeah, I guess it's just like a difference of opinion, but most years I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. This was really enjoyable. We got Liza P DLC this year. It was really enjoyable. When I go over the games of this year, definitely gonna have a lot more games that I was into than games I was against. Well, no, it's just that I feel like there's a lot of games that come out that are like exceptionally great. We talked about it on stream before, but I don't really feel like a lot of the stuff, I could be absolutely wrong, by the way, but I don't feel like what half the stuff people say actually has to do with what they actually say. Like, we talked about it one day. I think it wasn't that long ago. I was doing something, but it was me, Daedalus, and Lumi, and I basically said that I think people are trying to chase a feeling they're never going to experience again, and they don't even realize it. Like, and I said, when you are a kid, it's the same thing with language learning. Like, when you're a kid and you don't know any language, the first language you learn is like, you're very impressionable. The first language you learn, you adopt it quickly. And then when you try to learn another language, you don't learn it the same way. You learn it by comparing it to what you already know, because you can't think the way you did when you were a child. You can't. So you're comparing it to what you already know because you're trying to make sense of it with what you already know. And it's the exact same thing with video games too. When you jump into video games, everything's fresh, everything's new, everything is brand new. There's so many things for you to experience, and after a while, you can't constantly have a influx of brand new experiences in the same medium. It doesn't exist. It doesn't happen. That experience when you played Spider-Man, let's just say like Spider-Man 1 on the PlayStation 1, right? Let's say Spider-Man 1 on the PlayStation 1 is your very first video game of all time. Let's say by today's standards, it plays like dog shit. But when you played that game, it was brand new to you. It was, everything about it was new, right? So then when you go play something else years down the line, you can't recoup those it's not even new game feelings, it's new experience feelings, because there's just not an infinite amount of new experiences. Everything is a derivative of everything else. Even Expedition 33, a lot of the gameplay mechanics in that game are from other video games. They didn't create those mechanics on their own. They did not. They accumulated them into one game. It's not like you're having a crazy brand new experience. You're just having an experience that you really like, right? And I think a lot of these people are trying to chase this high of like this dopamine feeling that they had when they got into something that was fresh to them, and now they're like, everything sucks, everything's stale, everything's this. But it's like, you're not also simultaneously acknowledging that you are now seasoned. You're not the same person anymore. You're not that blank slate anymore. You have expectations. You have experience. Back then you were an empty canvas. You accepted everything. Almost, right? Now you don't. So you have expectations. They're never going to meet your expectations, that feeling when you were a kid. And you're going to be constantly chasing something that can never happen. Like, it can't happen. You have to acknowledge this and move on. And I don't think many people are accepting that and moving on. They're trying to chase something that's impossible, really. Because they're trying to chase a memory. Not really an experience. They're trying to chase a memory, but that memory can't be fabricated anymore. So I think some people need to just kind of maybe be a little bit less critical, or maybe think a little more. One or two. The only thing has come close to me is Breath of the Wild. Had felt that excitement since I was a kid playing Zelda, but I'm not expecting to feel it again. Well, yeah, because like I said, it's different. It's not easy to implement. It's not really about like the ease of implementation of system mechanics and all that stuff. The whole point is that they are using pre-existing mechanics. That was the whole rhetoric, is that it's pre-existing stuff. Now it's characters, it's storyline, it's lore, it's presentation. That stuff is their own. The actual mechanics of press the X button to hit the enemy with your melee attack, you do that in every RPG. Pick a spell to hit anyone, expose the elemental weakness of an enemy, you do that in every RPG. Right? Parrying and blocking, that's in Mario and Luigi RPG, right? Like, we could really break it down. Like, a lot of these mechanics are from other games. So it's not even a fresh experience, really. If you haven't experienced those already. Many people are hyping it up as revolutionary new, but actually all they are revealing is that those people have little to no RPG experience. I would say that, but ultimately what I'm saying is that I think people are upset with stuff because they're trying to chase an experience from their childhood, but they're not acknowledging that they're not children anymore and that they're not the same person now that they were then. That's ultimately what I'm saying, is like they're trying to chase this childhood-like experience that's almost never going to happen. It's like, I use the analogy of pizza. When you eat pizza for the very first time, and let's just say it's decent pizza, that's a nice experience. You're like, God damn, this shit's good. Even if you eat the world's best fucking pizza like 5 years later, it is not going to compare to that first day that you ate pizza, because that was a brand new experience. By that time, you've ate pizza 1,000 fucking times. It's everyday Tuesday pizza at that point. It doesn't, right? It's not the same experience. You're never going to get that experience back of eating that first pizza ever again. It's gone. So chasing it is a fantasy. That's a fantasy. That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of people are chasing these wants with games that they can't realistically have, and they don't want to accept what is being given to them. Now, I'm not using this as a basis to say, like, you know, like corporate greed and all that stuff is to be forgiven and all that jazz.